Maybe accept your fate though, but that's between you and your God. One thing I've learned over the years, everything is negotiable. Name it, you can negotiate it. So be it a salary, be it a position that you're in, be it a job, timelines, deliverables, payment terms, scope, everything. Name it, it's negotiable. Maybe accept your fate though, but that's between you and your God. But every other thing I believe is negotiable. I was having a conversation with some friends and it reminded me of my early years as a creative. I'm not going to lie. Starting out my career, I treated business like I treated life, 100% full honesty, but also I did not understand how to build. Let me break it down. You as an individual, you have an expiring date, right? You are finite. That means there comes a time in your life where you won't be as agile as you are right now. I mean, I'm in my 30s right now, but I know add another 35, 40 years to my age, and I won't be as viral as I am right now. And the same thing applies to your gear, every form of equipment you have. I mean, not many people know this, but your camera has a shutter count. It has the number of times that you click, 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 and it's just like I'm done. The same thing applies to your computer, your phones, whatever it is. There is a limit to how much you can use it. And this became the basis for which I started negotiating. So whether it's equipment you own or equipment you're renting, I remember telling someone a couple of years back, because he owned this camera. I mean, I can understand reducing costs to try to drive business, but eventually you need to get to a point where you need to break even. So every single thing is a line item. Every gear you own, your time, your skill. Now, what people will place on their skill depending on what I call celebrity tax, or your experience, your knowledge, it varies per individual, right? But at the same time, you need to know that when it comes to negotiations, it's a dance, right? It's a tango between two parties, you and the person whom you are having the negotiation with. Negotiation is not really about winning, it's about alignment. If one side feels cheated, it's going to have ripple effects along the line. And most times, especially in the creative space, us the creatives are the ones who end up feeling cheated. There are times when I have done a job, maybe out of desperation or whatever the situation was, and I told myself never again. But guess what? That 3 months from that time, I did the same thing again, right? It came to a point where I had to put my foot down and I said, okay, it's a negotiation. So you should be ready. And this part is very important. So come closer and listen. While it's not something that should be your first resort, I think you should be ready to walk away from a bad deal. Yes, a negotiation should be at the end of the day something that also benefits you, the creator, the same way it benefits the client. And I know there are those that have really, really bad habits, and I've faced them countless times. I have done jobs where we even finished the negotiations. Not just an estimate, but an invoice was sent that was agreed to. But you see, because, and this is me segueing into upfront payment, because there wasn't an upfront payment, after the job was done, me, the creator, I ended up being at the mercy of this person. And then some of them try to renegotiate after the fact.
Come on, man.
You need to protect yourself when it comes to negotiating, either as a creative or really as an individual in any field. You need to make sure you've protected your interests while at the same time it doesn't feel like you are cheating the person. Remember what I said about short accounts, and there's a limit to everything. It will come. It's You could have a system that really is a workhorse and is a powerhouse, and it works for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. But one day, without even any form of warning, it could just stop. Now the question is, have you made more than enough from that, barring all your other life responsibilities, to be able to replace that system or that tool, that equipment when it backs up? And let's not even get started on subscriptions, all the other things that you're going to spend on for work, especially in the creative field. And I noticed this, I'm starting out my career, and even till now, many creatives don't place that much value on our skills and what we are delivering, because many still pirate software. I mean, even DaVinci that is free, the studio version is still something you will need to pay for, right? If you are putting a cost, zeros, ones and zeros on a particular tool, if you are putting a cost on a subscription, not because you are using the pirated version of some plugin or something like that, then it starts to add up in your head. And see, I've not even talked about your skills and your time and everything that you're doing. But for what you are doing as an individual, as a professional, as a creative, It has value, so you need to be able to negotiate properly for it. And here's a very, very, very important part of negotiations. Silence is powerful. So you don't need to justify your number. You don't need to give an answer immediately. I've been in multiple calls with clients just where the client says, okay, so this is what we want to do. This is what we would like to do. This is how I would like to do it. How much do you think it would cost? I ended up giving a figure that when I wrote everything down, all the line items and all the things that needed to be done with in line with the deliverables, the math wasn't mathing. It wasn't adding up, and I realized that, oh crap, I played myself. So don't be in a rush to close the deal. Yes, speed is important in the work we do, and expediency is important, but also you need to protect yourself when it comes to negotiations. Write it out. Don't rush. Take your time. Take a deep breath. And at the end of the day, you will thank yourself for taking a step back to look at the situation, to write everything down before actually letting whoever it is that asked for a cost know how much it will cost to get the job done. Because in the end, the goal isn't to squeeze out every single naira or dollar, whatever your currency is, but the goal is to create a situation where everybody wins. You win, I win, everybody wins, like Oprah. So here's a question for you. What's the best negotiation lesson you've learned? And if you'd like to work with us, I promise we'll negotiate in good faith with you. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.